Welcome back to the second half of NewsBreak Live, and joining me tonight is Dan Watt, who is the founder of Art Attack Foundation that is right here in Torrance. How are you this evening?
Oh, I'm doing well. Thank you. Thank you for having me on your show.
Thank you for being here. And before we talk about the special gala and CD release that will benefit your wonderful organization, I want to get people started talking about what the Art Attack Foundation is and why you started it 14 years ago.
Well, I was very, very lucky. When I started dancing around 14, I was in theater productions at school, and the drama teacher said, "You have a knack for dancing. You should probably study it a little more seriously if you want to make a career out of this." So I went to a dance studio, and I was lucky enough to find some wonderful teachers. And I needed to catch up because most kids start when they're younger. So my mom and dad said, "We can pay for 3 classes. The rest is up to you." So I had to find scholarships and do work study programs and stuff like that. And then I went to New York and had to do the same, and then moved out here and also had to get scholarships and apply for them and audition for them. And I came to a point in my life 14 years ago where I thought, you know what? It's time for me to help other kids because I had been through it. So I just started the foundation.
And it's here in Torrance, and it helps students with scholarships, but it's for all performing arts, right? So what's the main mission?
Well, our mission statement is to inspire community leaders and businesses and individuals to participate and contribute in the education and enhancement and development of all young performers in all areas of the arts. We like to nurture and support the talent. We offer scholarships. We offer master classes. We've helped with education and training. We've offered stage performances where it's called our Adopt-A-Kid program, where we don't charge admission to the show at all, and we invite kids from the Boys and Girls Clubs and the 1736 Battered Women's Shelter and the YMCA's, and they get to experience live performing arts right here at the Armstrong Theater for the first time, and that's just amazing. But we're dedicated to providing these opportunities, and we want the whole community to be involved.
And you truly have turned your passion into a different kind of passion, helping other people see the beauty of all these types of arts. So how is it when you see these students who are maybe trying different arts for the first time?
Well, I love when we do the Adopt-A-Kid program here at the Armstrong Theater. It's amazing. We do 2 a year, and anyone can adopt a kid. They can buy the ticket or buy 10 tickets or buy 100 tickets. And then we invite, the kids, and also from the Torrance elementary schools, and to see their faces because they've never been there before because of financial problems or, low income. It's amazing for them to see that, and it's interesting to see that they don't know when to clap or not to clap. But then afterwards, I always have a question and answer period with the performers and with the wonderful crew at the Armstrong Theater, because you never know what's going to inspire that child. They might not want to be a performer, but they might be great. They might like sound and music, so they could be the sound director there, or they could work with the lights, or they could end up like me and become a producer.
Art Attack Foundation sounds like such a wonderful organization. And on Friday, September 22nd, which is coming up soon, the James Armstrong Theater will hold a very unique benefit with Grammy Award artist Melinda Manchester. So before we talk about the event, how did this partnership start, and what can people expect when they go out to this event?
I met Melissa a couple years ago. Probably about 10 years ago, but I was helping out with a different fundraiser up at UCLA, and she was performing and donated her time for that, and we were talking in her dressing room, and she was telling me about her new CD, and she played some of the songs, so I got to hear everything before it was finished, and I said, well, I would love to do a joint venture with you. Is there anything we can do? And she said, why don't we have the CD release party and a gala concert out here, and then she's donating her time, and all the money we make goes to our scholarship fund. So
Wow.
It's her 21st CD, and we're lucky enough to have the event here.
Wow, and her CD release is called The Fellas, and it's paying a tribute to many iconic musical artists.
Well, what she did is a couple years ago she did one to her favorite female singers. But so what she did this time is she's doing paying tribute to men like Nat King Cole, Sammy Davis Jr., Frank Sinatra, Mel Torme. So it's great to hear her record all of those wonderful songs. And I think what's going to make this event absolutely amazing is that she will be backed by a 30-piece orchestra. Wow. And that just doesn't happen anymore.
What does that mean for people who are not familiar with what that means?
Well, she'll be, so many people play to tracks now or sing to tracks because they are so advanced and they sound brilliant. But there's nothing like having a live 30-piece orchestra, having, 10 violins behind you, and the horn section and the guitar players, and then Melissa center stage on the piano. Especially at the Armstrong Theater, the acoustics in there are absolutely amazing, and it's going to be absolutely brilliant.
For people who don't know who Melissa Manchester is, obviously she's an award winner. Can you give us some background to why maybe people would be like, oh, I want to go listen to her if they've never even heard of her before?
Well, she's got one of her songs was Don't Cry Out Loud, and her story is great. She was one of the original kids to go to the Fame School back in New York, the renowned Fame School, the Performing Arts School. And she also is the first artist ever to have 2 songs that were nominated for Oscars in the same year, and she performed them both, competing against herself at the Academy Awards. Wow. So, yeah, she's a very, very talented woman, and some amazing songs.
So people buy tickets for this gala and CD release party. If they show up, what do you think it will offer to them?
Well, I think, again, what's going to make it so different than most events that happen now is that we have that amazing 30-piece orchestra from Citrus College. And then Melissa herself, tickets are $30, $45, and then we have the $75 seats, which, by the way, are almost sold out. So,
okay.
And the $75 seats, what you get is after the show, we're going to have a small reception in the lobby, and people will get to meet Melissa, and she'll sign a CD for all of them. And again, with all the funds going to our scholarship fund.
So once for the scholarship fund, tell me a little bit more about that. How will it benefit? How many scholarships will you hopefully be able to give out if everything goes the way it should?
Well, every year our scholarships change.
Okay.
Because it depends on how much money we raise through donations and through gracious, people like Melissa donating their time. And last year we were able to give a scholarship to Rosie O'Donnell. Has a school that she started years ago in New York City called the Maryville Arts Center, and it's all for kids in the community that can't afford classes, and now that program is taught in like 27 elementary schools.
Wow.
We also helped a boy go to Penn State. He got accepted to Penn State, and then his dad got laid off. So wow. He got some scholarships through the college, but just not enough to go. And he reached out to us, and we picked up the rest of that. And then this year, we're actually supporting some dancers over at Dance One, which is a dance school over in Redondo Beach. So we go all over. We always give locally. And again, like the Adopt a Kid shows that we do 2 of those a year for the kids in Torrance. But our scholarships go nationwide, but we always give locally too.
And what I found interesting you were telling me about is that you even offer partial scholarships, so you try to help as much as you can.
Right, and again, depending on how much money we raise
right.
Through donations and galas and any fundraising we get, we want to try to help everybody. And even if, like the guy Daniel who went to Penn State, mm-hmm. He needed $5,000. Mm-hmm. So we sent out an email blast to all of our members and asked for a little bit more money, to help him. And we were able to actually give him the $5,000 plus another $2,000 to cover his books. So, we have a great community here, especially in Torrance and in the South Bay, and some wonderful people that have always supported us.
And for people who want to donate or learn more about the Art Attack Foundation, where can people go, and what do you want people to know, lastly, about your foundation?
Well, our website is artattackfoundation.org, and you'll go there, and there's a tab where you can see all the past recipients we've given to. You can learn more about the Adopt a Kid program and all the shows that we've brought here to Torrance. If it doesn't make sense the way I said it, it breaks it down there. And you can even donate there. And also, we're so lucky to have Cheetah Rivera as our chairperson. And just a little note to know how lucky we are. Cheetah's actually going to do a show at Birdland in New York City, and
wow.
She's donating her time, and all the proceeds will also go to the Scholarship Foundation. So we are blessed with some people that are very supportive and very generous with their time.
Dan, what would you say about, keeping all various types of performing arts alive for our younger generations? What are you seeing more and more of?
I think what we need to do with the arts is I think arts, sadly, they're dwindling from our public education, and I think that needs to be changed. I think that it needs to be a part of every child's education. I think, even just look at me, that I started out studying dance, started out at high school, and then went to community college, then got into dance company, then moved out here and got into another dance company, and then from there I started choreographing musicals, and then from there I started producing musicals, and then I started directing and producing musicals, and then from there I went to work at Columbia Pictures, and then Psycho, which was Simon Cowell's production company, and now I'm directing and producing my own documentary. So the arts are connected and will just lead you forward, and they just enrich and enhance everyone's life, and the arts uplift us all.
Well, Dan, thank you so much for your time and coming on NEWSBREAK Live. I really appreciate it. And if people are watching, go out and buy tickets on artattackfoundation.org for the unique gala and CD release party that's happening Friday, September 22nd at 8 p.m. at the James Armstrong Theater here in Torrance. For tickets, you can also call the box office at 310-781-7171. And we have that information for you on the screen. And that does it for NEWSBREAK Live tonight. If you ever have news or video that you'd like to share, please email us at newsbreak@torranceca.gov. And don't forget to tune into the Torrance City Council meeting tonight. For Facebook and Twitter users, use #NewsBreakLive. Have a great night.